It appears that traders consider the second wave of coronavirus not as a possibility but as a real threat. They have already started pricing in this event. As a result, demand for safe haven assets is growing again. The US dollar index, starting from the second half of yesterday's trading session, is recouping its losses. It's heading to the levels reached at the beginning of this week. The greenback hit the 97.30 level. It's very close to the upper limit of the range where the quote has been fluctuating for a week. Nevertheless, now the trading range is limited to the 96.50 and 97.50 levels. Besides, risk of sentiment affected movements of all currency pairs. There are two reasons for risk aversion: the second wave of the coronavirus and the escalation of the trade war between the United States and the European Union. Investors are voicing concerns about the growing number of the new coronavirus cases in the United States. The biggest number of infected people have been recorded in Florida, Texas, and Arizona. There was also an increase in the number of new cases in Washington. In early March, Washington was one of the first states where the infection began to spread rapidly. Overall, new cases in the United States have reached the highest daily level since April and the third highest total of new cases for the entire time of the pandemic. Even though the government has resumed investors that it will not reintroduce lockdown measures, market participants remain cautious. The dollar-yen pair also steamed up amid risk aversion. Yet its further movement is hard to predict, not only from a fundamental point of view but also from a technical one. It can either break through the resistance level, rising to the nearest target at 107.77, or fall to 105.87. As we can see at the time of making this video, the US dollar was the strongest currency in the pair. It seems that the fears over the coronavirus will continue to weigh on the market until the vaccine is found. Currently, more than a dozen possible vaccines are being tested in the world, but none of them has yet reached the final stage. Apart from this news, traders closely monitor economic reports. Today, they are anticipating data on the US jobs market, durable goods orders, and US trade balance. These economic statistics are sure to have an impact on the US dollar. The Australian dollar resumed its downtrend amid the US dollar's rally. The green mood in the stock markets, as well as a decline in prices for non-ferrous metals. Despite the fact that the Aussie's downward movement was halted by the 0.6860 level, technical indicators still show a further drop to the level of 0.6680. That's all for now. We wish you profitable deals. See you on our channel with a new video in a couple of hours.